Alrighty. Just hanging out waiting for, people to show up. Yo, what's going on, dude? So, oh, hey, there's so many of my lovies. Hey, guys, hey. All right. So, most of y'all know that we, went to the hospital on Saturday because he had a torn muscle in his back. Shandia, hey, love, Josh. Crybaby, how are you? Chroma Chronicles, how are you, love? Um, they really didn't do shit for him. They were just like, yeah, looks like he does have a torn muscle. And that was pretty much the beginning and end of it. Sent him home, and nothing was really done to help him. So as we're home, I'm watching him get worse, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, there's something really wrong. There's an infection of some sort, because now he's flush, he's getting low grade fevers, he has like loss of consciousness, and he's just not doing okay. And so between that and like his knee, hey, touch of class, kit, love y'all, pussycat. I'm freaking out because right now we are kind of trying to fight to keep my husband alive. Um, his knee had swollen up, all the signs of an internal infection. So I know that there's a blood infection somehow, and I have no idea what is going on, but I'm trying to get him back to the hospital at that point. So finally, the next day, I was able to get him to the hospital because it was just not any way that he was going to get me to not get him to the fucking hospital. And now I'm pissed because everything that I said was going on actually happened. He has MRSA, and now he has endocarditis because he has, your blood flows through your heart. So this blood infection, yeah, exactly, has now started attacking his heart. It's thanks. It's a mess. He it's not in his bones, so that's a good thing. If it was in his bones, I would be planning a funeral right now. But he'll be in the hospital for a couple weeks. And they decided they weren't going to want to give me information on anything when I showed up yesterday because, I got there with all my stuff. And he wasn't in the room, so I started straightening up his bed and, got stuff together, brought him clothes to get him cleaned up because, hospital funk. And as I'm cleaning him up and, getting his clothes changed and stuff, he says there's something wrong with my blood and my heart, and they're looking into this. And I was like, okay. As soon as he said that, I just knew everything that I was already thinking at home was the truth. So I finished getting him, his leads all reconnected and so that he can get in his clothes. And I walked out and said, I need the nurse and the doctor, like, right now. They were in emergency, so they came as soon as they could. And I'm telling the nurse, this is what he tells me. And so I need to know. And I started saying, like, I know he has some type of staph. I'm assuming, it's MRSA, whatever. I want to know what's going on. He is telling me that y'all are checking on his heart, so that means that he has some type of endocarditis. And she looked at me and she's like, well, I can't really tell you what it is. And I was like, oh yeah, the fuck you can tell me what it is, and you're going to. I'm like, I like you. You're a nice nurse. Very nice. I said, you're young, so you're not bitter yet. I said, but I was a nurse for 13 years, so I know what's going on, and I need to know culture counts. I need to know what the culture came back as, and I want to hear, there's certain words I want to hear. I don't want to hear treatable. I want to hear curable. I want to hear what's going on with my husband, and I need to know now. And she's like, well, I can't tell you without his permission. I'm like, I'm his wife. Matthew, you need to talk to this woman right now because it's going to get ugly. And he's like, anything she asks, anything at all, you tell her, whatever it is. I was like, he knows nothing about medical. I do. I said, you're going to tell me. So she tells me what it is. And yeah, so he has staph. He's on a very high dose of Venco, and he's going to be on it. He'll be in the hospital for weeks now. They'll release him to my care because of my extensive knowledge in medical, but it won't be for a while still because we have to get him in the clear. After my dog. After we get the culture numbers back because they didn't have them in yesterday. Actually, the doctor told me when I was talking to her that I knew more about the situation than she did up at that point. So I'm tired of knowing more than everybody else in the hospital. If they had done their job on Saturday, we wouldn't be in the situation that we're in now. It wouldn't be as bad as it is now. So I'm really pissed. I'm just very, very angry. So sorry guys. Hey Nikita. Thank you. Thank you, crybaby. I know, Kit, I'm really upset. Get up with me. Yeah, it's not okay. Email me and we'll discuss it, Michelle. Oh, whisper. My cow is on the bed. Say hi. I actually have a couch out here that pulls out into a bed, and this is one of the places that we tried to get Matt comfortable on where he just was inconsolable. It was terrible. I don't know. Hey, actor, I have no clue exactly how he got it. He gets cuts and stuff all the time, whether it be at home, at work. It could be anything. So we all have, staph and bacteria on our skin, and, if you get cut and it gets into your bloodstream, boom, you get an infection. So, yeah, he has staphylococcus, to be exact. And, yeah, right now, it just really sucks. It's really hard. I'm waiting for my dryer to get done cleaning. I want to bring him some sheets and pillows and stuff from home just to get him some comfortable, at-home feelings. It kind of sucks there. He's been in horrible pain, so I just really have just been living at the hospital, which is okay. I don't care. I'm there. Usually I'm already there at the time that they open for visiting, and then I stay until 10:30, 11, and then come home and do it all over again. But that is pretty much the reason why he has been absent. As I've done many times in the past for other people, I have dropped my payment links, Venmo, Cash App, whatever, and I always give our YouTube family the chance to, if they want to participate in getting balloons or cards or whatever for whoever the person at that moment is, to show some support that they can. So I have people dropping my links in chat. If anybody would like to purchase a card, a get well card or a balloon or anything for Matt, like we've done this in the past, just make sure that you tell me what you want me to write on your card, and I will be grabbing those on the way to the hospital and bringing them with me. I already have to stop because hey Pats, I love you. A couple people have already sent some stuff. Oh, well, he does have stones, actually. They did find small, 1 millimeter and a 2 millimeter stone, actually one in his left and one in his right kidney. So that, did help with the radiating pain through his back and everything. But it's the staph that's really causing more problems because, we went originally when we had the torn muscle issue, and that was on Saturday. By Saturday night, his knee was completely inflamed, which told me there was some type of viral infection of some sort. And then he was just flushed, all the way flushed, just bright red and pale, and he was in and out of consciousness, and it was not okay. I told him that as he's laying there in bed with a fever and everything, that I believe that he has some type of bacterial infection in his blood. And I said that we need to get him to the hospital, but he wasn't able to go Tuesday. Wednesday we went, and it turned out that every hospital in the county was having their... No, he didn't get to... Well, we don't... At that point, he was not septic as of yesterday. They had started his vancomycin that morning. But, of course, with our luck, about 3 or 4 hours later, the nurse looks at the IV, everything hanging on the pole, and she starts yelling, "What the hell happened? Who this, da-da-da-da?" And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "He's been supposed to be getting Vanco for hours now, and it's not turned on, so he's hooked up to this antibiotic that's supposed to kill this infection, and it's not flowing through his veins." So that pissed me off. Thanks, Josh. Yeah, let everyone know. It just really is all shitty from start to end. I'm mad. If they had done blood work and everything like they should have when we got there Saturday, we'd be a lot better off now. So, right now, as I am getting ready to go back, I will be finding out the culture count to know exactly how bad the staph is in his system. But he's, right now he's very, he's teetering that okay and not okay line. So we're just trying to get him to a point where he is going to live. It's not in his bones, like I said. It would be completely different if it was in his bones at this point. It would be a whole complete different story right now. It would be bad. It would be bad. I feel like life really just fucking hates us. I mean, for fuck's sakes, can we get a break? Like, I'm not asking for much. Maybe just like a month of peace and calmness. That would be great, just like nothing happening just for like a fucking month. That'd be amazing. But I don't think that's ever gonna happen. So it's just like really wearing on me, because every time you turn around, something's going on. And so somehow, some way, Matt's always, between a motorcycle accident and every damn thing else, he's always in the hospital, and it's always bad. I don't know what the cause of this is. I know that he's had quite a few things happening in the recent past, but last week or the weekend before, he had cut himself pretty badly, and it could have very well come from that. Before that, he had, as everyone knows, but this is a while ago, he had posted a picture of his foot when he had an athlete's foot. I mean, it could literally be from any fucking thing. Every time you get a cut, you have to worry that whatever's living on our skin is going to get into your blood, which is why you have to clean it up. And take proper care of yourself. And, sometimes he's not always, right there for me to do whatever it is, or he tells me I'm overreacting. But this is why I overreact, because I'm trying to prevent this shit from happening again. It's really neglect on the hospital from the first time we were there. Yeah, he's going to come out stronger. He has to come out of this stronger. Because I'm not ready to deal with the alternative. So we're going to get him better. I just don't know how bad the culture count is right now. You know, when you have a blood infection, your blood's constantly pumping through your heart. That's, you know, easy, simple. Everybody realizes and knows that. You don't have to, like, have medical background to understand that. So he's had this going on for about a week. So I don't know how bad it is. Yeah, mosquito bites could be too. It could even be from like an ingrown hair or ingrown toenail or anything like that. It's hard, but you have to take care of yourself. Yeah, it's been hard. I haven't slept an awful lot, and you know, when you're taking care of someone, when they don't sleep, you don't really sleep. And he's been in so much damn pain that, you know, he might have an hour of sleep, 2 hours of sleep, which means I might get 30 minutes of sleep because I'm not just taking care of him, I'm taking care of the house and everything else. And trying to do whatever I can, you know, in between the calm moments. So we were there Wednesday night. Like I said, everybody's shut down. All the computers were getting updated. So everyone was in the waiting room. They told him that it was like 4 hours that they were sitting there, 3 hours. And he was in so much pain, he just couldn't sit. So we went home, and about 45 minutes later, it was so bad. Hey, Tag, how are you, love? Kiss your wife for me and hug yourself. I will definitely let him know, you guys. Thank you so much. So about 45 minutes after we left the hospital, the flare-up started to really get to be really, really bad, and he started to lose consciousness again, in and out, and I called for an ambulance. They classified him as stable by the time they wouldn't let me go with him. The last words that I heard him saying as they were shutting the door was, "I need my wife." And I was so tired and knew it was going to be a very long night, so I took a lift there. And I'd gotten there, I figured I'd wait like 15, 20 minutes because they were gonna, you know, get him in the back, take him into triage, do whatever they did. Well, when I showed up, they said that he was moved out to the emergency walk-in waiting room. And I was like, for fuck's sakes, this is not good. But we were there, and he actually got up and walked over, and he's like, "I need help, please help me." And it's heartbreaking to hear him say this, and you know, they don't care. They care, but there's only so much they can do, and with their computers down, there's not anything gonna happen anytime fast. It's very like slow. We were there like 1:30 in the morning, I think. It may have been 2 by the time I got there. And it was 6:30 when they took him in the back. And by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, they moved him upstairs, which kind of confirmed it was a lot more than what they were originally suggesting it was, which was, of course, the whole torn muscles. And so I just already knew it was going to be bad. It's just, you know, shitty because they won't let me stay. I have to leave, but I stay until whenever I want to leave anyway. I don't care about their fucking visiting hours closing. I'll leave when I want, and I do. So, when he told me that they're concerned about his blood in his heart, I just felt like my insides just dying because I knew it was bad at that point. And when they confirmed that he had staph, the doctor came in, and I just looked at her and I was like, "Is he positive for endocarditis?" And she looked at me and she says, "Well, yeah, but it's not in his bones." And when I said, "What is his culture count?" she said, "I don't know, but it did test for a high amount of staph." No, they don't let anyone stay. You have to be there within hours. Yeah. Danny and Josh have known Matt their entire lives. As I have. So it's kind of hard when, you know, when people that even y'all, you might, y'all have known him. You've been a part of our YouTube family for so long. You've known him for a while. Some of you haven't always liked him, but you've come around, and it don't matter. Everybody has a compassion and cares. So I'm going to leave here. I'm just waiting for my dryer. And once that goes off, I'm going to hit the store because I've had some people send cash apps because they want to get cards for him. And they already told me what they want me to write. So if anybody would like to send money for cards or balloons for him for a get well card, just make sure you tell me what you want me to write and it will be brought to him. I'll see the condition he's in when I get there, and I will definitely let you guys, at least, I'll record his voice. It is MRSA, yeah. It's, yeah, I don't give a fuck about the assholes that want to be assholes. I'm on YouTube, yeah, to let everybody know about my husband's situation because it's important to him that y'all know how he's doing. And I wanted to let anybody know that if they would like to send, a card or something, that they can. This is what we do for anybody that has anything, that they want to send for anyone that's ever had an issue. And I really don't give a fuck what anybody says. You can suck a dick and fucking choke on it for all I care, bro. It means not a fucking thing to me, and you're gonna have to try a lot harder to fucking upset me because my husband is more important, and I'm just letting people know if they would like to send their love and support that they are able to. Other than that, nothing anybody says negatively fucking affects me right now because I've gone through way too much for some pissant idiot to fucking think they have, behind a computer screen balls affect me. It means nothing. You mean nothing. It means nothing. The only thing that matters is my husband surviving, and that I wanted to give everybody a chance who does care to know that if they'd like to send cards or something for him, that they can, and it will mean the world to him. Thank you. Thank you, Lori. I do bring the tablet so he can, if he wants to watch movies or anything, but he's in and out, so he's not really able to, I don't think, focus on anything at the moment. I have gone over his medication list, and we have made some changes to some of the medications they're giving him, and it seems to have been taking effect. As of yesterday, he was feeling a little better, but he's still not fully conscious all the way yet. So anyway, that is it. This is my update for right now. Let me look and see if there's anybody who actually fucking matters that I will respond to. Yeah, Act Right. It explains all those damn symptoms. They had him on muscle relaxers because of the torn muscle, but now they have him on pain meds as well as some other really strong medications and some steroids to help with everything else and the healing process. Because, once the blood tests came back and they saw what exactly it was, it explains the amount of pain that he's been in. Like I said, he does have the torn muscle, which is where we ended up going in the first place. And he did come back with his CT scan showing that he has 2 small kidney stones, which doesn't help the case at all. And and now we have the MRSA and the endocarditis. So I have to contact his, I contacted his employer yesterday, and they are going to be sending paperwork over to try to get him approved for the FMLA Act, the Medical Leave Act, which of course will take time, and then they'll have to do short-term disability because we don't know how long he'll be in the hospital, which will in turn turn into long-term depending on how long it's going to be. And as of yesterday, the doctors said that it was going to be quite a while, so I'm not sure how long he's going to be in the hospital before they release him to me. Hey Abs, I love you. I will definitely text you. Tell Pino I said what's up. I really do hope, Josh, that he's going to be out of this good. Dog scratches, cat. Yep. Anything that breaks your skin and causes you to bleed will cause any bacteria, because we all carry bacteria on our skin every day. Doesn't matter if you shower, you go out, do whatever you're doing, you're always going to have something on you, which is why it's so important to properly take care of your skin and cuts all the time. I mean, this can happen to anybody, and it's so easy for something like this to happen to anybody. Unfortunately, if they had run these tests on Saturday, he'd have been on this medicine for a lot, a couple days more, and we wouldn't be as bad. Hopefully they'll be able to keep his heart going. Yeah, he is the only one working. He's really worried about that too. But I just told him he's got to worry about getting better and let me figure out what I got to do to take care of everything. So I'm trying to work with his HR and everything. 48 and it's happening 22 was not. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, Michelle. It will be weeks in the hospital, and they may end up putting him in a type of rehab for an unknown amount of time. The doctor said if we can get everything down, because just because you're on medication, right, and you may not, when they do the test again, they may not pull up the virus in your blood, but it can go dormant and like hides because it knows that you're attacking it and trying to get rid of it. And then it might be a week or two later, it pops back up with a vengeance. So it may have been one level at the time y'all were treating it, and then when it comes back, it's like 3 times worse. And now it's attacking everything. So that's where we're at. Once he is able to get his MRSA test to come back with nothing in it, the doctor said that they would release him in my care because of my nursing background. But I have to keep a very close eye on him. He's going to still be taking medicine, and then we have to go back to make sure that it is not still sleeping in his system and doesn't come back. So it's going to be a while. I know. It's anybody, yeah, I could get it from him, but I mean, it's things you don't really think about, No, hazmat. No. There's no full PPE or anything needing to be used. He's not, hey Cheeks, how are you, love? Right now what's wrong with him? They're just trying to keep him alive. They're trying to make sure that they get rid of this staph, the MRSA, and the endocarditis, which is caused from the MRSA attacking his heart. So it's really just one of those moments where I have to be strong in front of him and cry in private. They're working on it, Pussycat. He'll get the FMLA once it's approved, and then it'll be short-term disability, and they'll up it to full-time, full disability until he can go back to work. I'm not like I said, I'm not sure how long it's going to take. I just know that it needs to work. It just needs to work. Because I'm not able to think about anything else right now. I just know that I need him to get better. So, anybody that wants to send a card or anything, like I said, links are in the chat. Just make sure you tell me what you want me to write on the card for you if you decide, and please don't feel obligated to. It's just in case somebody wants to send support for him, and how you want me to sign it for you. And I will be bringing it to him here shortly. I will send, I'll post pictures or a video or something of everything that I got for everyone. And I will keep everyone updated as I find out. When I'm there today, I'll be trying to see if they have the culture count. And I'm hoping that it's within a certain number, because the higher it is, the worse it is. And I'm just really afraid that I'm gonna lose him. I just don't, I don't know. I hate not knowing. And that's the worst part is, they're doing everything they can, but it doesn't mean that it's gonna stop. It's not gonna prevent his heart from stopping. So right now, I'm just asking for prayers or positive vibes, whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you believe in. Just do it, please. Because we need help. We need positive vibes and prayers and everything else, because I just can't lose my husband. Alright, I love you guys. I'll update everyone as soon as I can. And, yeah, I guess that's it for now, guys. Much love and respect and everything. All good stuff to all of y'all. But I gotta get on the road so I can bring him his stuff. And so I can find out what's going on. It's actually later than I'm normally there. So he's probably wondering if he's awake where I am, but he wanted me to make sure everybody knew that, he wasn't giving up on y'all. He's just unable to be here right now. So, okay. I will definitely let you guys know what's going on as I figure it all out. Thanks everyone for being here and for all your support. Love you guys.